Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Tuesday, August 31st, around 11 p.m. Mountain Time 2021. Evacuations in the Tahoe region, well, aren't going as planned. The Caldor fire has jumped the highway and has exploded. But the big story, 2 dead and 10 injured after a Mississippi highway washed away by heavy rain. Keep calm. Whew. It's boom time. After Hurricane Ida, 67 rescued from attics, rooftops in Lafayette area, 1 dead, actually 2 confirmed, but this has been less, a stronger storm than Katrina on the same day and much less deadly, thankfully. All the levees held and only 2 dead and 10 injured after the Mississippi highway washed away by heavy rain. I'm sure many of you have seen this information. Cars drove into this giant home. They had never seen anything like it in 23 years, law enforcement said. 3 of those injured are in critical condition. Highway 26 is the main artery between Mississippi and Louisiana. The George County Sheriff's Office told CNN, and that was the site there, Lucedale, Mississippi. It has been battered by torrential rain from Ida, which made landfall in Louisiana as a Cat 4 storm on Sunday. According to satellite radar estimates, the area had seen 10 to 13 inches of rain since the storm began, and that washed out the road, which caused the catastrophe. Our prayers go out to them. And now we have a first look at Grand Isle after the Hurricane Ida destruction, which pales in comparison to Katrina, thankfully. So what we can see here immediately is lots of damage and almost complete destruction, like this home here. Total loss here, probably the roof peeling off. Half of the structure here is destroyed. But I want to bring your attention to some of the nicer built homes. They literally, the roof here, the deck, everything. Here, not so good. But a lot of these properties that have upgraded have withstood everything. Now, let's just run it through again. Take a look at this structure here. Even though water came up, it was surrounded by sand. The roof held. Another one here. This looks like old school tin. Probably had to re-screw down. And here, this modern structure here did well with looks like a clay tile roof. And here we have several large structures completely spared. It appears here. 1, 2, 3. And here again. So not a total loss, just some of the crappier construction that is older, potentially. And our prayers go out to all of them. I don't think a particular cyclone hit here. I just think that there's better construction and worse construction, which is why typically we see tornadoes destroying trailer parks and not other areas. So our hearts and prayers go out to those that, because there is huge amounts of flooding and lots of cleanup. Moving on, Sunday storm left blanket of graupel and hail on Pikes Peak. Hello. People visiting Pikes Peak found what looked like a winter wonderland when they arrived to the summit Monday morning, but it was actually a blanket of graupel, which is like hail, only more like styrofoam. Now, the remnants of Ida and Nora bring dangerous flash flooding threats, and we do have the precipitation models that we'll share with you in just a moment. And those go all the way up here through Appalachia, including right now, it looks like Washington, D.C., Central and Western Maryland, Northern Virginia, East, West Virginia. That region has got some flash flooding warnings out right now. And on the coast where landfall was made, we have coastal flood advisories still in effect. At the same time, we have heat advisories in the south, so that's pretty nasty. And here again, take a look. Flash flood watches all through the southwest as Nora brings some of those waves inland to the Four Corners region for much needed moisture. Now the Caldor fire is way up here, and It is not looking like any moisture for about 15 days. It's insane. The Caldor fire, in fact, jumps the highway amid evacuation orders, scorches its way towards pristine Lake Tahoe. Oh, and it's not looking good. Roads are packed after South Lake Tahoe was ordered to evacuate. All national forests in California closed due to wildfires. Holy macaroni. Now, before we continue, I want to send a heartfelt thank you to all the people who wish me happy birthday. It was my pleasure. It is my pleasure to bring these reports to you, and the support we get from the community is overwhelming. We had a great time at Crestone. I hope you check out the videos. I don't have them pulled up for you. We're going to do some special things in the coming days about that. But thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of the happy birthday wishes that I received on my big 50. Now, the Caldor fire, roads were packed after South Lake Tahoe is ordered to evacuate. All national forests in California are closed due to these wildfires. A red flag warning is in effect across northern Sierra Nevadas over the next 2 days. No rain or precipitation is in the forecast for 15 days. The fire is barely 16% contained, and evacuations warnings were extended over the city of South Lake Tahoe and surrounding areas. Winds and dry conditions are fueling the fire spread. And here are some of the pictures coming from the resort at Tahoe, and it doesn't look good. And some of the people racing to escape. Here is a satellite image, and you can see South Tahoe there being totally pummeled with the smoke. Another image here. And the bumper-to-bumper traffic for all the people that thought it was going to take days to jump over the ridge. Well, wake-up call. Now, the precipitation map, here is September 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, not right there. Here we're at the 8th and the 9th, still nothing coming in. Maybe a little precipitation here, but really nothing until right there. September 14th, there could be some help in that region. So our prayers go out to the people in there because this fire is going to be burning for at least 2 weeks. High winds predicted and not looking good. It's looking good for the Four Corners region for a rehash of precipitation, especially Arizona for the next 2 weeks. Take a look. Take a look at most of that precipitation is falling out by here, which is just in the next 10 days. And Utah picking up a little bit of rain, and as well as New Mexico, southern New Mexico, the driest area there on the planet, picking up to 5 inches of rain. So some good news there. Bad news here in Pennsylvania is going to be in the Northeast. They're completely pummeled by the remnants of Ida. Hurricane Ida. They're going to be bringing epic 6 to 8 inches of rain to the Poconos and Altoona Fish and other areas in Pennsylvania, as well as, the big metro areas, including New York City, Philly, Elizabeth, New Jersey, where the Toxic Avenger was formed out of a pile of trash, and as well as Connecticut and Massachusetts. Take a look at that. They're going to get saturated. Flash flooding, loss of life damage to infrastructure, and we're going to be watching that happen. Watch how rapidly it happens here. It's just Wednesday through Thursday, and it's all over, kids. It's boom time. Boom. Where were we? Kilauea volcano update. Ground deformation. Earthquakes continue. Look at those swarms. Holy mackerel. Look at that guy. What a schmucktard. Now, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park scientists say the activity at Kilauea's South Summit region continues, though at a slower rate than what has been seen earlier in intrusive pulses. Wow, that you can't see that at all. And what this means is that the magma is still intruding here, and we're waiting for the baby to go puff, puff, pass, and boom! It's only a matter of time. Seismic update, no quakes of note. We've got a 4.7 in Wells, Nevada that people are probably crapping their pants thinking Yellowstone may erupt. Not even a probability. We do have activity in Hawaii associated with that uptick at Kilauea, 2.8 in the island of Hawaii. We got some activity in the middle of nowhere. In fact, in Russia, where a 5 mag and a 4 aftershock. We've got some rumbles in Turkey, 5.1. We had some 6 magnitude here in the north of New Zealand at the Kermadec, Nothing significant. We have a cluster of quakes on the West Coast, so I'm sure people are sharding their pants. At this time, mid-ocean ridge, Earth is swelling and growing, as well as the South Sandwich. We had some quakes in the East African Rift, which are totally typical and not rare at all, as some people claim. Worldwide volcano news update. Sabancaya, Fuego, Karimshki, Reventador, Novato de Ruiz, Sabancaya, and more. Now, a false report on a cadaver puff to 63,000 feet days ago may have been picked up by some tards because they didn't check their ass and dot their T's and, cross their I's. But never happened. It was only a 4,000-foot puff, according to Philhawks. I'm just embellishing now, but I digress. 80-pound cougar is removed from a New York City apartment when the owner realized that the cat was about to eat him. Charges will be issued. Ancient monuments linked to King Arthur is older than Stonehenge, research finds. Now, they were putting this back during the mythical time of King Arthur. About 1,500 years ago. The structure gets its name from the legend of King Arthur, who is said to have resisted the Saxon invasion of Britain about 1,500 years ago. However, it is more related to Stonehenge than anyone ever knew. In fact, it's about 6,000 years old. And that's just a pile of rocks in, England, to be quite honest. Now, I want to bring a lot of you up to speed because some people have just been started looking up at the night sky, and they think that the fact that the sun and the moon change position almost daily is new. Well, it's not new. It has to do with the precession of the equinoxes and things like that are far more advanced than we want to get people to look at tonight. What you're looking at is the moon. Photos taken for 28 days in a row in Italy from the same place at the same time, showing you the precession of the equinoxes based on the declination of this place in Italy, which is about 40 degrees north, I would imagine, and the sinusoidal wave that the satellite makes each and every night for 28 days during the lunar cycle. This is actually a women's menstrual cycle, in my opinion, but I do digress. Moving on, ex-FBI chief gave $100,000 to Biden grandkid trust as he sought future work, according to Hunter emails that have just been leaked. And you know what? Yeah, that is nasty. And so is that one over there. I have no idea why people don't just get them hacked off. But this millionaire is trying to become a billionaire from inside deals seeking future work, according to Hunter emails. And nothing is going to come of this because of the corrupt government that is telling you to wear face panty. And here's the commander in chief himself checking his watch while people mourn the deaths of their children after the total inept failure with the extraction of America from Afghanistan. I hope in the future we have enough critical thinking people to point out the fact that this hysterically inept, demented president that was put there as a puppet is one of the worst puppets in history. And that's a boom. To knowledge. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. Thank you all to all those that showed up at Crestone to shake my hand. You're all heroes, man. And you're all real people. And I'm sure you felt the same thing I felt. It's like we've known each other forever. And that's the way it should be moving forward. Be the change you want to see. And accept nothing less. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this with like-minded people because there's only a matter of time when we will be eliminated from the matrix. That's a boom. To knowledge. Click on one of the other boxes to gain more of it.